Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and that you're all having a great day. This is a requested video after my last video. A lot of people were interested to hear the numbers for this one as well regarding XRP. The idea is that as everyone, or there are not a lot of people in the world who can shell out tons of money at once in order to receive a large amount of Bitcoin and or XRP and or Ethereum, whichever coin you are looking to buy. The idea is what would happen if a large number of people decided to buy small fragments of a coin at the exact same time. What would then end up happening with the price of the coin, and what would end up happening with the supply of the coin as well? At the time of me making this video, the price of one XRP is around 32 cents, give or take the other few numbers that are floating around over here. The max supply of XRP is 100 billion coins, with the total supply revolving around 99 billion, give or take. This is because every time XRP is used on the network, a smaller amount of XRP is burned and destroyed, therefore decreasing the supply. Circulating supply is around 39 billion, give or take as well. So this comes down to, in yesterday's video, I gave a number in that the US population is around 325 million people. If you look at the number for people who are over 18 and therefore legally allowed to hold and or buy and or sell and trade cryptocurrencies in the country, you get around 245 million people. So I said in the last video, wouldn't it be interesting if all of these people at once decided to buy 0.01 Bitcoin? What would end up happening at that time? For this one, we're going to ask what would happen if 1/5 of these people decided to buy 100 XRP. At the moment, it comes down to around $33, give or take, and you would find yourself owning 100 XRP. It's 1/5 of the 245 million people. Would give you around 50 million people. If they all bought 100 XRP and spent $33, that would gobble up around 5 billion XRP all at once. Even more interesting is if you kind of factor in, what if 50 million people just in the United States, not even thinking about the rest of the world for this argument, put in $33 into XRP or bought 100 XRP per month over the course of a small period, we would actually have all XRP that is supposed to be circulating, and I'll explain that in a second. It would all be devoured in 8 months' time. And I say that's supposed to be circulating because I said the same exact thing with Bitcoin before, and I'll say with a lot of other coins. All of the coins that are in the circulating supply, not only just for XRP, but also for Bitcoin and Ethereum and Litecoin and many other coins, are being held by people who do not ever intend to sell them, at least for not a very long time. There are a lot of people who plan on holding onto their Bitcoin until Bitcoin's price is over 6 figures, potentially even $250,000. There are a lot of major YouTubers and other people on blogs and different websites who believe that XRP is highly undervalued, and they do not plan on selling their XRP until it's over anywhere from $100 to around $500 per XRP, which leads us to a world where everyone would be trying to buy just in the United States, not even other countries or other places. It's actually even more ridiculous if you have 50 million people in the United States, also 50 million people in Europe as well. It would take 4 months, just 4 months of the entire year, to devour this number of XRP that would be circulating, meaning that there would essentially be 0 XRP circulating around. So anybody who would want to buy it would not be able to buy it. This is before we factor in a lot of other things. Like I said, when it comes to the circulating supply, you have to also factor in a number of other, not even just normal people who are holding the coin, but other institutions and other larger entities, such as the other XRapid partners, the 3 that have been or that are known at the moment. Apparently dozens are going to be using XRP. This is according to the CEO of Ripple, Brad Garlinghouse. This is before we factor in how many other places are holding XRP and or the partnership between Ripple and SBI, the bank in Japan, who I'm pretty sure, without a shadow of a doubt, I don't know them. I don't know the numbers. I'm pretty sure it's safe to assume that they probably own around 1 billion XRP. That is kind of a safe number. So this is banks, SBI, Bittrex, who was also announced as one of the XRapid partners. And this is also speculation, 195,000% speculation. If Coinbase is ever going to add XRP, they need XRP in order to have liquidity on their network, i.e., you can't list a coin for people to buy if you do not have the coin yourself. So this, I believe, for a lot of coins, and I wish we had a stronger metric when it came to being able to calculate all of these things. I mean, we do have the exact addresses where all of this stuff is going, but you can't really tell, as you know, if the money has been sitting in someone's account for 2 or 3 years. You can't have a face to it. You can't ask them exactly what they're going to do with their money, which is a great thing. But I don't believe that there's actually 39 billion XRP that are actually circulating. It is probably close to around 15 billion at any given time, with the rest of it procured and held by banks, large institutions, and should this be the case in the future, even if it's just 2 years away, it'll also be Coinbase as well. It's just something fun to think about. We think about coins, especially ones that people say have a large circulating supply. I've mentioned this before. This may not be 21 million circulating supply, but as the price of XRP is suppressed and is low, it is a lot easier to grab a large amount as opposed to grabbing a large amount of Bitcoin and or Ethereum or anything else. Kind of interesting numbers. If you just bought 100 XRP, or 50 million people did this in America and 50 million did this in Europe, it would take 4 months. That's 1/3 of the year in order to gobble up this entire amount. And that is before you factor in even just 50 million people in Africa, 50 million people in Asia, or even Australia. It's kind of insane to think about. And it kind of falls into the line where you think of how much crypto will be adopted in the future and how many people are going to get into it and how many people are already into it. There are a lot of people who, like I said, not everyone has, the big bucks to be able to buy 15,000 XRP every single month, but you better believe there are a lot of people who are definitely buying 0.01 Bitcoin every single month if they can. There are also people who are definitely buying at least, I think 200 XRP is the number that I usually see a lot of people say that, after their paycheck is coming, after the bills have been paid, they try to gobble up at least 200 XRP. I've said the word gobble a lot in this video. I guess I'm hungry. Little side note, this is not me telling you or anyone else that you know who may be listening in the background to buy XRP. It's simply just a lot of fun. I like to have fun with the numbers. Make sure to always do your own research before you buy anything, especially when it comes to cryptocurrencies, as they can be quite volatile, as we have seen in the last couple of months. But it's just kind of, interesting to think about how quickly crypto can be, almost said gobbled again, how quickly XRP or any other cryptocurrency can be had before other rich people get into the game. I think that's all I have to say on this topic. Thank you for whoever requested this. It is actually quite fun to do these videos. I always like the what ifs in the cryptocurrency space. We have a lot of news that I talk about during the normal weeks. But it's always nice to kind of have a what if scenario. What if everyone, or even a fifth of the adults in America, kind of realized what XRP and or BTC was and or even Ethereum and just bought small fractions of it, how quickly a small amount of money could turn into a gigantic amount that would then all but halt the circulating supply to somewhere probably around zero. Thank you all for watching and or listening. I hope you enjoyed. I like these weird videos. Thank you once again for watching and or listening, and I will talk to you all soon. See you.